Unfortunately, it isn't true. Words do hurt, and they don't just hurt our feelings. The ramification of words leads directly to the violation of people's human rights. It leads, we know, to marginalization, to discrimination, to exclusion, but it also leads to violence and killing. And just as I would never say, well, I didn't kill her, only my hand did, or I didn't kill him, only my foot did, in the same way, we can no longer hide behind, oh, it was just my word, I didn't do it. I just said something. In the same way that that which happens due to the ramifications of my hands or my legs, that which is the ripple impact of my words is my responsibility. Words are arrows that come out of this bow of my mouth, and where they land and what they do when they land is my responsibility. And today, as we celebrate Human Rights Day, it's essential for us all to realize human rights are not just something I get. But along with human rights, we have human responsibilities. And it is our responsibility to ensure that the rights of our sisters and brothers, of every race, of every religion, of every culture, of every color, of every sexual orientation, are not violated. One of the issues, lastly, that comes up a lot when we're talking about hate speech and the repercussions of it along with rights is people say, well, but wait, what about the right of free speech? Don't I have the right to say whatever I want? Isn't that the right that we've been given, at least in America, by our First Amendment? The first right to free speech. Well, our right to do anything ends where someone else's right to live begins. So I have a right, for example, it's my arm. I have a right to do this with my arm if I want. Not a problem. Nobody can say you can't do that. I have a right to do this until and unless I am standing in front of you, and when I do this, it bops you on the nose. At that point, your right not to have a broken nose trumps my right to do this with my arm. In the same way, my right to freedom of speech ends where your right not to be discriminated against, not to be marginalized, not to be excluded, not to be violated, not to be harmed, not to be killed, begins. And we must realize that, live that, and spread that. And I'm so glad today to be here with the fellows of Kaiciid, especially as Renato was telling me about the panelists working in the realm of media. In India, we have something called corporate social responsibility, which is, a few percentage points of income that the corporates have to give to social good. It's wonderful, it's a good program. But we also have what we call media social responsibility. And that's the role of the media. And these days with our phones, everybody is in the media. If you have a Facebook account, or an Instagram account, or a WhatsApp account, you are the media. So don't think only these people who are actually journalists are media. Every one of us is media. And we have a responsibility because what we post, it's not just about reporting the news, it's about making the news. And is that news going to be one that is peaceful, or is that news going to be one that separates us? Is it news of oneness, togetherness, or news of separation and violence? And that is up to us. And so a very big thank you to Kaiciid for this program, for giving me the opportunity to address you tonight. And if Renata permits, I will take only 30 more seconds, just because I'm standing here as a woman of faith, from the world of faith, and I look out and we're fellows of faith. And it's important to realize, from the position of faith, from the position of all of our practices of faith, that just as my actions come from my thoughts, so do my words come from my thoughts. And today, as we're talking about the ramifications, the repercussions of my words, of my speech, we have to realize I speak what I think. And I mention this because all of our religious and spiritual traditions give us tools and ways of working with the mind, working with our thoughts. And so today, as we pledge to do whatever we can to end hate speech, let us also pledge to begin a step earlier, which is to end hateful thoughts. From the thoughts come the speech, from the speech come the actions. Let's end it with the thought. If I don't have the thought, the speech won't even be there. So thank you so much, and have a beautiful dialogue. I look forward to listening and being part of it, and to being with you over the next couple of days. And again, thanks so much to Renata, and of course Mohammed Abu Nimr and the entire Kaiciid team.
Thank you very much, Sadhiji, for a very inspiring word, for certainly framing this discussion. Now I would